Basic life support. We can memorize what to do in basic life support by a mnemonic. Doctors. A, B, C, D. D stands for danger. You have to make sure that you are safe while treating the patient. R stands for responsiveness.
I didn't get one response and I'm dead.
You have to check whether the patient is responsive or not. You do that with gentle shaking of the patient's shoulders and shouting loudly, "Are you all right, sir?" If he is not responsive, then he is in a critical situation. So you have to send for help. S stands for send for help.
What's PLAT?
That's help, spelled backwards so that the helicopters can read it from the air.
A stands for airway. Examine the airway by head tilt and chin lift maneuver or by jaw thrust maneuver. B stands for breathing.
Just breathe, that's it.
After opening his airway, you have to examine his breathing by look, listen and feel. Look at his chest. Is it rising? Is it going up and going down like in a normal breathing person or not? Listen. Do you hear any breath coming out from his mouth or his nose? Feel. Do you feel any air touching your face coming out of the patient's nose or mouth? If the answer to all these questions is no, the patient is not breathing. You may at the same time examine the patient's pulse.
And I felt his pulse.
You have to examine the pulse and breathing within 10 seconds. If you find that he has no pulse and no breathing, so you have to do CPR immediately, which stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. How to do that? C stands for CPR. You have to do 30 chest compressions.
There you go.
And after this, you give the patient 2 rescue breaths. Chest compressions must be of high quality. Put your hand on the lower part of the sternum of the patient. And then you have to do 4 things. Push hard, push fast, allow recoil and minimize chest interruptions. Push hard means that you push the sternum downwards to a depth of 5 centimeters. Push fast means that you give the patient 100 to 120 chest compressions every minute. Allow chest recoil. If you push with depth 5 centimeters down, you have to let the chest recoil up the same 5 centimeters. It's like the chest is going down and going up like a normal breathing person, but with the help of your hand. Then after these 30 compressions, you have to give 2 rescue breaths. Every breath must be given in 1 second. Close the nose of the patient. Put your mouth around the mouth of the patient and give him a rescue breath. Of course, many people will find this not comfortable for them. So you can use a pocket mask which forms some kind of a barrier between your mouth and the patient's mouth. What's next? We have to bring the defibrillator as soon as possible. And this is the letter D in the mnemonic. Doctors A, B, C, D. D stands for the defibrillator. If the collapsed patient had a shockable rhythm and we use the defibrillator early with this shockable rhythm, the likelihood that this patient will return to spontaneous circulation is very high. Once the defibrillator is attached to the patient, tell the person who is doing the chest compressions to stop. This stop is to analyze the rhythm of the patient. You have only 2 seconds to do this. If the rhythm is a shockable rhythm, this patient will need a shock to reverse the heart from this abnormal rhythm to its normal rhythm. But if it is a non-shockable rhythm, this patient will not be given a shock. So to sum up, today we have talked about the basic life support. The basic life support can be summarized in a mnemonic, which is doctors A, B, C, D. D stands for danger. R stands for responsiveness. S stands for send for help. A stands for airway. B stands for breathing. C stands for CPR. And D stands for defibrillation. Thank you.